the Ryzen 9 9950X versus its slightly older sibling, the Ryzen 9 7950X. We're not just talking about who's the better gamer here, though. No. We're also putting them through the productivity ringer to help you decide. Should you splurge on that shiny new CPU or save a few bucks for that accidentally forgotten Amazon shopping cart? Now, if you're the kind of person who games so much that you dream in 144 FPS, or maybe your idea of productivity is trying to break your own solitaire record, the Ryzen 7 might just be your new best friend. But if you're out here rendering 3D worlds, editing videos like Spielberg, or running more Chrome tabs than you can count, oh boy, then stick around because we've got some benchmarks that will knock your CPU-loving socks off. We'll kick things off with the serious stuff, productivity benchmarks. If you're buying a 16-core, 32-thread beast of a CPU, I'm guessing you're not just using it to watch cat videos. Though, I won't judge if you are. So, let's see what this thing can really do when we throw some heavy-duty tasks its way.
We're not just here to see which one's the cool gamer in the family, but we're also checking their productivity chops to help you figure out if you should throw your money at the new shiny thing, or maybe save a few bucks for, real-life stuff. So here's the deal. If you're thinking about going Ryzen 9, but most of your work involves late-night gaming marathons, maybe the Ryzen 7 is more your speed. If you're rendering videos, compiling code, or doing whatever it is that makes your PC sound like a jet engine ready for takeoff, stick around. Alright, let's talk productivity first. Because, let's be real, we're starting with some heavy-duty benchmarks, kicking it off with V-Ray. Spoiler alert, this 9950X flexes hard here, with a 25% performance boost over the 7950X. That's like going from walking to running without even breaking a sweat. Next up, Geekbench 6, where we saw a 15% bump in single-thread performance and a 10% boost in multi-core. So if you're doing anything that requires some serious muscle, this thing's already earning its paycheck. And the love keeps on going with Cinebench. Both single-core and multi-core performance got a significant boost, while another mystery benchmark, we'll call it the Voldemort of benchmarks, showed a leap from 13.2 million to 15.7 million. That's a jump bigger than my grocery bill after I discovered avocados. But we're too excited. Let's cool things off with 7-zip. Yeah, not much happening here. We went from 230 to 235 GE per secs, which is kinda like upgrading your coffee from regular to a slightly larger regular. It's fine, but nothing to write home about. Now, power consumption, a topic we all love to avoid until the electric bill arrives. The 7950X was pulling a hefty 384 watts, while the 9950X showed off by sipping a mere 340 watts. That's like comparing your friend who orders 3 appetizers to your other friend who just sticks with water and a salad. And hey, a high-performance cooler kept things under 80 degrees Celsius, which, in CPU terms, is basically a day at the beach. Let's get real for a second. No CPU is perfect, and we found a little hiccup during benchmarking. On the 99950X, the first CCD, that's Core Complex Die for those of you not neck-deep in CPU lingo, hit a max of 5.72 GHz, but the second one only got up to 5.45 GHz. That's a 300 MHz difference. In layman's terms, it's like AMD is handing you 8 gym bros and 8 couch potatoes. The 7950X also had this problem, but with a smaller gap. Basically, AMD's binning system is like picking teams for dodgeball. Some players are just better than others. But wait, there's more. If you're into tweaking and tuning, no, not your car, your CPU, you can lock the 9950X at 5.25 GHz across all cores. That'll give you a killer Cinebench score well over 45,000 points. But go too far, like trying to push it 5.35 GHz, and your CPU starts chugging power like a frat house on game day, leading to crashes. So maybe keep it dialed back unless you're really into living on the edge. Now for you gamers out there, let's talk performance. In Gears 5, the 9950X ran neck and neck with the 7950X. But here's the kicker. If you disable one of the CCDs, you can get even more frames per second. Because why use all your cores when you can turn half of them off and still win? Over in Cyberpunk 2077, though, the 9950X smoked the 7950X right out of the box. Baldur's Gate 3? Same story, the 9950X pulled ahead, leaving its older brother in the dust. Tuning with Process Lasso helped in games like Far Cry 6 and Harry Potter. But where the 9950X really shone was in Age of Mythology. It even beat the 7800X 3D. Sometimes a game just loves that single-threaded performance, and the 9950X definitely delivered the goods. So what's the final verdict? If productivity is your jam, if you're rendering 3D images, editing videos, or doing anything that makes your computer cry for help, the 9950X is a beast. But if your workload involves a lot of file compression or similar tasks, this 7950X might give you more bang for your buck. The 9950X is all about high productivity, and if you don't mind getting your hands dirty with a little manual tuning, this CPU is going to make your workflow smoother than a buttered-up slip and slide. And for my gaming friends out there, you'll still get great performance from the 9950X, though it's not going to dethrone the 7800X 3D in the gaming arena. But hey, you can still rock some solid FPS while doing a little work on the side, if that's your thing. So there you have it, folks. If you've got any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. And stay tuned for an upcoming video where we'll be comparing power profiles, balanced versus high performance. It's gonna be good. Until then, hit that like button and subscribe for more nerdy fun. See you in the next one. Peace out.